When I started this league, I planned to explore and try my Stormbrand build and see how Stormbrand was in 3.20, but I started using Arc as a leveling skill. Arc's one of the oldest skills in the game. It's really good as a leveling skill. It has intrinsic chain, gives you natural chain. I ran with Arc, and I just kind of ran with it, and through red mapping, Arc felt very powerful. It wasn't until about tier 15s that I started having problems with it. But at this point I said, I create my own builds, let me see what I can do if I can make a functional Arc build in 3.20. And I've created a build that's overall very functional. This is not hardcore viable by any means, I will say. But if you like doing rituals, if you like doing harbingers, for example, as you see here, this harbinger, this thing will just take them out big time with the natural chain and the amount of damage I've scaled on this thing. This is a tier 16, a lot of mods. Just kind of melts mobs like this. I'm going to showcase various things here. If you like running June or Alva, very seamless, very powerful. Recently got rid of my shield, replaced it with a dual-wielding wand setup, which is why I got significantly more power, and I'm still low life, still running low life. As you can see, very comfortable. A little bit problems on certain bosses, but still can take them out. Again, not hardcore viable. But if you like just running casually like this, it feels very comfortable because of the damage output. So here's on a boss on the tier 16, the same one. Threw a sigil of power on the ground and very quick boss kill. You feel very powerful playing this build. Here's a tier 16 Minotaur. With mods, of course, you know, alchemy. If you like running essences, collecting essences, I've got a lot of essence buffs going on my Atlas tree. Melts them pretty darn fast, you know? Compare this to like when you play solo self-found. I suppose on solo self-found you can get all the gear you need here. But of course I'm playing on League where I could buy a lot of it. Or craft a lot of it. They always say you should not craft for yourself, you should craft to sell and then buy for yourself. I've been crafting for myself more lately. It's just a lot cheaper than buying. So what happened on Minotaur here, he burrowed, and knowing that I'm relatively glass cannon, I did not want to get hit by the burrow. So I played very cautiously, backed up a bit. But once you see the boss, you're good. You're good to just tank him with Arc. Can it take out bosses? Yes, this is not Uber Searing at Shark, this is regular Searing at Shark. But once you get some damage output on him, it goes down pretty quick. This is the Black Star, not the most difficult boss in the game, but just wanted to showcase how it looks from the start here. Just showing this can do pretty much most endgame content. Maven, Uber Elder, it can do all those. You might die a few times. On the Formed, might die a few times. On the Feared, will probably die a few times. On the Hidden, may not be able to do it, but I think it can, if you're careful. Again, challenge to myself, can I make Arc viable? I would say so. Because we're immune to Reflect, Itziri is not a problem. This is Uber Itziri, as you can see, Alluring Abyss. You can take out Uber Itziri. This was a great run. I recorded this. I wanted to showcase. Went ahead and put Eater Worlds on this one. Not that I needed it. I pretty much just ran straight through, as you'll see. At the end, of course, I'll showcase the details. Maybe not the fastest, but it does have Onslaught. It does not have Frenzy charges. It does have Power charges. Bosses go down fast, feels a bit like the good old days. This is with Elemental Weakness and Conductivity on hit. If we still had increased effect, it might be better, but maybe not. Curses have been changed so much. Alhazman Veritania, not a problem at all. Death was very easy. Eradicator, no problem. I'll post the POB with full details, but generally this is what's going on here. We're an Elementalist. We use Convergence. We use a lot of Shock. The big challenge with this build was figuring out how to get Shock and Crit, like high Shock and high Crit. As you can see, these Cluster Jewels are high Shock, and then we have some Lightning Penetration, Lightning Damage, but then we also have Crit. So I was trying to reconcile a lot of Crit and a lot of Shock and a lot of ES. Because we're low life, trying to get all of this going on at the same time. For a long time, this was super casual build style. Could do tier 16s, but it wasn't until I figured out how to get lots of shock and lots of crit that this became much better. Now, should use a Divergent Inspiration support. It would give us a little bit more mana pool, but we still function without really running out of mana. I got this Divergent Crit Chance support, and that's a source of power charges. We also have Spell Echo. It should be Awakened Spell Echo in a perfect world, but it's horribly expensive. Used to use Disciple of the Forbidden, but could get rid of that with the Divergent gem I just showed. Full POB is listed below.